What's up, guys? It's Sean here with the Sean Daily Football Channel, and today I have for you the mini PL review. As we all know, a lot of the games were postponed because of the effects of the coronavirus. However, we did still have 4 games that did happen, despite the alarming number of cases that teams are having. It seems that based off today's meeting that the Premier League teams have decided to go through and play through the festive period and continue playing. There's most likely just going to be some more regulations and more managing of the corona cases, and we're going to see how the results. Obviously, more football, yay. It's definitely a big thing. I personally don't celebrate Christmas, so I'm just always excited to just be able to watch more and more games. Without further ado, let's get right to it. Leeds United, Arsenal were able to defeat Leeds by 4-1 in a quite dominant performance. I'm not going to give Arsenal too much credit here, to be honest, because Leeds are just absolutely stripped of all of their first-team players to the point where right backs playing and center back, and they were just so stripped. Gelhardt has barely broke through this year. They had a 15-year-old on the bench. It was not a great time if you're a Leeds fan, and they struggled. Arsenal absolutely took them to the sword in that first half, and it could have been really, really ugly in that first half. It was the record for the amount of shots on target in a half in that first period. So, not a good showing for Leicester at all at home. Arsenal, that front four looks fantastic. Hopefully they can continue and build on this. That young core is kind of looking really, really spicy. I don't know how much longevity they have. There was already a few jokes about Martinelli, and there was pictures of the guard of honor that they did for Van Persie when Manchester United bought him. And there was all these posts about how 5 years from now when Martinelli wins Manchester United the title. Oh, that does happen for Arsenal a lot, to be fair. But let's see what happens. That front core is very, very exciting, and there's a lot to come from them. Let's see if they can maintain and keep them together, tie them down to a few good long-term contracts, and sky's the limit, truly. That front line does look pretty spicy. It's just a matter of, were these performances in the last few weeks really good, or was it mainly down to the fact that the opponents have had major issues? Moving on, we have Newcastle against Manchester City, with the citizens just being absolutely disgustingly moving through like it's absolutely nothing. 4-0 defeat at St. James's Park. No, it's not called St. James's Park, but it's always St. James's Park. City are just phenomenal at the moment. There's not much else that can be said. Kind of questionable. I did think that Ederson foul was a penalty. I'm surprised it wasn't given. I don't really know what else that could be. He just literally cleared the man without touching the ball. I don't understand. I was very confused about that. But even if Newcastle had gotten the penalty, it's City. They're just too good. Defensive mistakes on Newcastle, and City just being the best team in England at the moment. Very, very impressive for them. Moving on, Wolves-Chelsea, in a bit of a result that I did predict, to be completely honest. Not to toot my own horn too much, but Chelsea struggling to score goals again is a very, very poor showing for them. Not a good run of results in the league at all. This would be they've only managed to get 1 win in their last 5 games in all competitions. And in the last 4 games in the Premier League, it's 1 win, 1 loss, and 2 draws. And going back a little bit farther, there was another draw in there too. More draws, not a lot of decisiveness and a lot of quality from this Chelsea team at the moment. And they are slowly slipping away from that title very, very quickly. Can they get back in? It doesn't at the moment really seem likely. The inability to score goals, not good at all. Wolves, fantastic. Very impressed with them so far. Now on to the hypest game of the weekend. This game was absolutely fantastic. Spurs 2, Liverpool 2. A lot of drama, a lot of VAR. But I just honestly want to say the quality of the game was fantastic. Both games playing very aggressive, front-flowing football. Spurs had 3 or 4 amazing chances to go and win the game, but they just weren't able to find the back of the net. Dele Alli specifically had an amazing opportunity to take the lead, but he just was not able. I thought he actually had a pretty good game, considering the situation. And Spurs are looking pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I was fairly impressed with how Spurs played this game. XG had it at 2.8 to 1.5 in Spurs' favor. I do think Mo Salah's goal, Robertson's goal should not have stood, because I do believe Mo Salah did hand the ball. However, I think that evens out with the penalty that they should have had from Jota. I don't understand how that wasn't a penalty. There's obviously like thousands of things we can talk about the refereeing in this game. The Harry Kane challenge should have been a red card. The Robertson challenge was not as much of a red card as Kane's was. The penalties were weird. The Robertson's goal, all around, officiating was absolutely on the floor, and it's honestly a disgrace that we are still dealing with so many officiating issues in the Premier League. Given how smooth VAR seems to have been able to transition in so many of the other leagues, it just seems baffling how so many times we get these decisions this wrong in the Premier League. It's just confusing. All around, though, I think 2-2 is a fair result for the game. I think both teams came to win, and I think Spurs actually maybe a little bit more regretful that they didn't take advantage of this opportunity to get some points on the table. But right now, honestly, with this result, City have been able to break away with a 4-point lead. That 10 wins on the bounce for City. They just look absolutely dominant, and it just does not seem like they're going to be slowing down at all. We do have Boxing Day games, and the exciting game is Leicester's Man City Leicester. Hopefully the games go through. More than anything, the question is, can this City team be stopped anytime soon? The games coming up for them, it's not exactly looking unbeatable. They do have their next 3 games is against Leicester, Brentford, and Arsenal. Not exactly easy games, but games that, to be fair, then they have to play Chelsea, and then you have Southampton. But it's kind of a tricky run of fixtures for them, specifically given this COVID situations as well. City are sitting on 8. Ironically, the top 4 teams have played 18 games, so they are a little bit ahead. But West Ham, United, Spurs, all sitting with games in hand. Can they get the points? Can they make this interesting? If everybody wins their games in hand, Spurs will be 4th, United 5th, West Ham, Arsenal 6th, and West Ham 7th. We'll see how the games fall. At the moment, if I have to put my neck on the line, I do think United will finish 4th. I just think there's too much quality in this United squad at the moment. And the rest of this teams, Arsenal just do not look consistent. They look great one game and horrible the next. Spurs, I think Antonio Conte is going to require a little bit more to get. Depends on, to be fair, January could have a huge effect on a lot of these. January can actually change everything for all these teams. We're going to find out. But I will be back with you guys tomorrow with some videos from around Europe, most likely. And I cannot wait. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Sean, and this is Sean Daily Football Channel. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.